Take it from a sports lover, and more specifically a sports card lover, for more than a decade. And now it's completely done. Dead. I don't touch it any longer. And there are reasons why. Most importantly, though, I've moved my money into a brand new asset class that I think would better serve everyone. And I'm going to detail 5 specific reasons why you should stop buying sports cards immediately. There are probably 150 reasons why you should stop buying sports cards immediately and start buying art cards and art pieces. But I'm only going to focus on the top 5 because I don't have all day to do this video. Let's get right into it. Number 5, purchase structure. So in sports cards, you have a couple options. You can go to your local retailer, Target, Walmart, and buy a trash box of cards and spend $50, $100 and pull $2.12 worth of cards out of it. That's a fantastic experience. You could do that. Lose 80% of your money, 90%, 95% of your money, almost guaranteed every box you open. Or you could be the lucky person that 1 in 100 makes, I don't know, your money back. Option 2, you go to a hobby shop and then you spend $200, $300, $500, $1,000 on a box of cards. And again, make back, I don't know, 30% of your money. And then if you're super lucky, who knows? But generally speaking, you're taking it right to the face. You're losing 90% of the time. Guaranteed. If you're me, you lose 100% of the time. That's just the way it rolls. What's your other option? Breaking. Who doesn't love a good break? Why don't you gamble and roll the dice on trying to get, I don't know, a random team? So you pay a few $100s and you get a random team selection. And then, hey, even in the best moment, you feel really great because you landed, I don't know, the Chiefs in Mahomes' rookie year. And you're like, oh my gosh, I've made it. I landed the Chiefs for $300 for this break. And then inevitably what happens? No Chiefs cards come out and you walk away with absolutely nothing. When you win, you feel good that, oh, I hit the team I wanted. And you inevitably end up missing. Your chances in breaks are horrendous. Now, I remember back in 2014, I was breaking 2014 flawless football. Now, that was amazing. We did hit drafts, and we paid $150 a spot for a snake draft, so $300 for a full case, and you're guaranteed 2 cards. Hit drafts have gone by the wayside. Now, it is a straight gamble. And most of the time, you walk away completely empty-handed. Now, you see all the people that get these monster hits. They're the 1 in 1,000. And that, of course, keeps people coming back. But the general breaker experience is a horrendous one. Horrendous. Now, let's look at art cards. What does that breaking experience look like? Well, for a drop, you pay the price of the piece. And then you get the piece. And what's the downside? You don't hit the drop. And guess what happens? You don't pay the money. See, that's the difference. In sports cards, you pay the money whether you hit or not. And in art card drops, the worst that happens is you don't hit and you keep your money. Imagine that world. Imagine a world where you're like upset because you get to keep your money. I've seen it. I've seen people in Instagram and Facebook chats like, I've missed 10 consecutive drops. And how much did it cost you? Exactly $0.00. It could be worse. Go hop over to the sports card world. See if you miss in a break, and then tell me how much money you've spent. Completely different experience. Completely different experience. And let's say you're not in a submission window for an artist. You just DM. You want the piece, you pay the price for the piece. That's it. You get it. Imagine that experience. The purchasing process in art drops and sports cards are completely different. One leaves you miserable, cranky, dejected, any other synonym you want to use. And the other is, the worst case is you keep your money and save it for another drop or hunt the piece on the secondary market. Best case is you hit the drop for the price you want. Off you go. No downside. And most of these artists, again, offering essentially money back guarantee. Zero downside. Literally zero downside. You either pay the money and you get the piece, you get the asset, or you don't. Is that number 5? There's 4 other better than this? Let's go to number 4. Diversity of products and pieces. You have different artists. You have different art styles. You have different price points. You have different concepts. You have so much. Now, if you want to go in the sports cards world, you either get a Panini product, back in the day when they owned the NFL license, for example, and they're trying to run out the tail end of that now. But if you want a baseball product, for example, and you want Panini, guess what? You're going to get a beautiful unlicensed piece. You're going to have no logos on it. It's going to look atrocious, and it's going to be valued at nothing. Shout out Leaf. Great cards, not worth anything. Tops, same. You want a baseball Tops card? That's the right way to go. You want a football Tops card? What do you get? Unlicensed trash. In the art piece world, you can get anything you want from any artist. You like Mickey Mouse? Guess what? They all do it. You like Mr. Monopoly? They all do it. You like Pokemon? They all do it. You can get any different style, any different concept, any different anything you want from all different artists at all different price points. It's win. You have so much diversity and versatility in your options as a buyer. There's no better place to be. I get my choice of all these different things, and you don't have to be exclusive to one particular vendor. Like Panini can't hold you hostage. You pick the artist, you pick the art, you pick the concept you want, off you go. And oh, by the way, you can do commission pieces with some of these artists. You ever done that with Panini? You ever done that with Topps? You ever called them up, DM them and say, hey, I'd love to see a custom piece that looks like this. Can you do a downtown of John Wick? Did anyone even answer the phone? Last time I checked, customer service is atrocious over there, let alone, of course they don't do custom pieces. Here, custom pieces if you want it. Many artists offer it, not all, but the diversity, again, is second to none. It's incredible. I cannot believe people are still buying sports cards. Number 3. This one's a doozy. Value and investment. People are like, oh, sports cards are booming. Yeah, they have their moments. Go spend $100,000 on an unproven rookie. Tell me about your value and investment in a year from now. In the art card space, you can hit an absolute monster. Now, we talked about there's essentially no downside risk. When you pay the price, you get the piece. Most of these artists these days are offering essentially money back guarantee. What's the floor? What's the downside risk? 0. Imagine investment. Imagine buying a stock and saying, guess what? Your downside risk is 0. I don't care what happens in the world. I'll buy your stock back for the price you bought. You can only get upside. That's what this is. If you ever bought a sports card from any vendor, a retailer, hobby shop, sports card show, guy on the corner, and they said, guess what? If no one else will buy this card, I'll buy it back at the price you paid. And I'll do that on every card you ever purchased from me. Are you kidding me right now? Everyone in the world will be buying sports cards. But that's what's happening in our card space, and no one's really paying attention to it. It's insane. What else protects your investment? Not only that it's art and fine art, and art holds just intrinsic value. Art is the most collectible form of anything in the entire world. Also, though, these pieces aren't as directly correlated to player performance as sports cards are. You're not an ACL tear away from your piece being completely, I don't know, worth nothing? Nothing? How can your piece go from 100K to 0 overnight? ACL tear. That'll do it. Art, though, is still a piece of art. If you show an art piece of Justin Herbert and he goes down with an ACL tear, it could potentially lose some value. But again, you have the floor. You have the floor, so you're not going to lose money. And then what? It might be worth a few dollars less, but it's still a piece of art. Do I want a piece of art of Justin Herbert over a 2022 Panini? I don't know. What's a trash product? I'm not going to shout out any product of Justin Herbert. Of course I want the art piece all day long. Not only is it better to look at, it has a better story. It's also, you heard it here first, a better investment. Number 2, early mover advantage. I talk about 2014 flawless football all the time. Why? Because I ripped it to absolute pieces. I had insane one-of-one patch autographs from that set and one-of-one autographs from that set like no one's ever seen before. People still to this day, after I sold them, they've never resurfaced. The pieces are unbelievable, and the prices are outrageous. Now in 2014, I was paying $150 a card in a hit draft break. $150 a card. Now at that time, everybody was saying, and it was me and 10 other people, and we'd say, one day 2014 flawless is going to be worth a lot of money. Why? Because no one realizes flawless is king yet. And all the way took a while. It took a decade plus. And eventually those that loved NT or loved Select or loved Prism eventually started recognizing the power of flawless. And now 2014 flawless, guess what? Worth a ton of money. What's happening right now? The exact same thing in the art card space. Not a lot of people are paying attention yet. But the early mover advantage, which is number 2, is those people that are inside, those 10 people ripping flawless to pieces in 2014, those people now getting and hitting art drops from some of these fantastic artists have the early mover advantage. And one day, these pieces are going to be worth a lot of money. Because what's happening in the art space? A ton of things. Technology is advancing, AI is coming about, and this handcrafted art and these original art pieces from early on are going to be worth a lot of money. You need to pay attention to it. There's rarity and exclusivity in the art card space that is different than sports cards. There's limited pieces, 10 pieces, 20 pieces, 40 pieces. These are micro editions of fine art. It's not just another football card. Now, flawless, again, when you talk about flawless or you talk about some of these things, they're numbered to 25. Imagine that, right? That's the most exclusive product out there. You get Eminence that's numbered to 10, for example. But when you look at art cards, that's what they all are. They're all Eminence. They're all flawless. There are no products out there that are like, okay, here's Select, or here's this number to $2.99, or guess what? Here's another card for $4.99. And why don't you try to collect the 972 parallels in this year's Mosaic? No, that's not what you do. In the art card space, every drop is exclusive. Every drop is rare. You want it, you get it. You miss the drop, keep the money in your pocket. But you have early mover advantage. Get in now, buy the pieces. You won't regret it. Or go out and spend $150,000 on an unproven rookie in a sports card space and tell me how that pans out a year from now. I'll tell you what, my money's on this space all day long. Not only on how far my money can get me, but what I like more and what honestly has more investment long-term potential. Art cards all day long. And number 1 reason why you should stop buying sports cards. Now, all the reasons are the reasons I stopped buying, but this one hits home especially hard. Customer experience. You have direct interactions with artists here. Now, customer interactions, we all have our different communities and Discord channels and Facebook. There's tons of Facebook accounts and groups out there for sports cards. You have tons of different breakers. You can find sports cards everywhere. What does that experience look like holistically? Now, we all have our breakers of choice, or we all used to have our hobby shop of choice, or retailer of choice, or a sports card vendor of choice. But holistically, I guarantee you all have had bad experiences. And you all have had real bad experiences. Why? You've had bad experiences with the original manufacturers, Panini or Topps. Let's be real. You've had bad experience with people trying to scam you. You had bad experience about people backing out from deals. You had bad experience with print quality or cards you've pulled, or the autographs of these new studs putting, I don't know, some scrabble, some hieroglyphics as autos. The customer experience is bad. It's bad. And then you get a one-of-one and realize there are 950 other one-of-ones. It's just bad. You buy a piece, you buy a card, and you try to resell it, and someone's like, oh, it's worth 50%, and I'm going to try to sell it for 150%. every part of the interaction, every part of everything is horrendous. Honestly, I hate it. I loathe it. I got to a point where I cannot stand it. I can't stand interacting with certain groups or individuals in the space, or Panini or Topps, or just all of it together. It's too much. It turned me off. Here, you have fellow collectors, fellow investors. You interact with the artists. They get a sense for your preferences. They try to help you along finding the pieces you want. They learn what you're into and try to guide you toward those pieces. Community makes the hobby what it is. And this community is far and away different than the sports card community. And maybe it's because it's closer and tight knit. Maybe if it had 8 million people in it, maybe it would get, I don't know, a little grimy here and slimy. Where it is now and where I envision it being a year or two from now, this community is fantastic. It's fantastic. Of course, you might have your run in here and there, but the customer experience is different. And when you get a piece from the artist, the unboxing experience is like nothing else ever. Now, I can buy, again, a retail box of sports cards, rip it open. What does it look like? It looks like some cellophane wrap on some cheap cardboard piece of junk paper box. Open it up with these loose packs, rip open the packs, and get trashed. Where does it go? All of it into the trash. All of it. There's so many cards I can't do anything with. And then I try to rip a high-end thing. I open Flawless. Comes in a slightly nicer box. And at the end of the day, there's still a lot of trash in there. And half the time when I open a thing, especially if you buy retail, then it's a bad feeling because you've lost money. No matter what. You're losing money. If you're ripping it, you're losing money. In this, you open it, you get the experience of opening and the thrill of what's in it. Worst case, let's take piggy banks. Worst case, I'm going to open up a piece that's worth $750 because the studio will buy it back from me at retail price. Best case is I get some PMG and it's worth thousands. And it's gorgeous. And the experience itself, again, I'm opening this custom package that's beautifully assembled. I open it up. I get this, when you buy the special protectors for Phantom displays for cards, it's already done for you. All of it's pieced together perfectly. I can hang it on the wall if I want. I can put it on a card stand and display if I want. I can just stand it up without a card stand. It is, the customer experience is amazing. The unboxing experience is amazing. The comms with the artist is amazing. The comms with collectors is amazing. Everything is what you want. It's an exclusive experience. It's a passionate movement. And you're supporting creators and collecting, investing in revolutionary art. Revolutionary art. Not cardboard. Not cardboard of pictures of athletes that are just mass produced. No. Revolutionary art in a revolutionary way that you can have forever and ever to memorialize whatever it is you're into. Sports, Pokemon, dogs, Mickey Mouse, comics, who knows? Whatever you want, you get it in the most beautiful and artistic, the most beautiful thing ever. The customer experience separates this from everything. But you put those 5 together and you're just in a completely different league. And I'm shocked people aren't running this direction. And it's just because it's not well advertised. People aren't doing a good enough job socializing this space. Because if it were socialized properly, this would have an exponential boom. Because it makes no sense why it's not. I'm telling you, these 5 reasons, early mover advantage, the pricing, the customer experience, the diversity of products, the purchase structure, all are reasons and value, overall value and investment in my prediction. These are all reasons why you need to stop what you're doing. Stop wasting tens of thousands of dollars unnecessarily. You will hurt yourself guaranteed if something happens in that market. This space, exponentially safer, exponentially more rewarding. I couldn't be happier to be here. Now, do I expect you tomorrow to flip over all your sports cards and immediately buy art pieces? Of course not. That's not reasonable. But I do highly encourage you to go out and buy some art pieces as soon as you can. Get your hands on some. Put some dollars aside and diversify your portfolio. Buy some pieces. I guarantee once you get it in hand and have that experience and you can understand the 5 points I made today, there's no turning back. I'm convinced it will convert you immediately. And then you can make your own decision about what you want to do from there, how heavily you want to invest, how many pieces you want, what your artist of choice is. Do your research and don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm happy to help you with that transition. I know more about, or just as much about, the sports card space than anyone. I'm learning about this art card space and I'm pretty dangerous. Let me help you with that transition. I made it recently. I know exactly what to look for. Don't hesitate to contact me. But be smart. And I'm telling you, the smart thing to do is to look into this space right now. Until next time, stay sharp, chase smart.